Welcome to Kotor. I'm not normally a morning person, especially on vacation. But I'm so glad I lost a little sleep and woke up early the morning we sailed into Kotor during our Virgin Voyage to take in the beauty of the Bay of Kotor as we sailed into port. Watching the sun come up over the dramatic scenery of staggering cliffs, the blue waters of the winding bay, and the picturesque small villages dotted over the shorelines was something I will never forget. In today's video, come along with me on our one-day port stop in the medieval town of Kotor. Whether you're here for multiple days or just one like we were, I hope this video gives you some ideas of things that you can see and do while you're here. Morning, welcome back to the channel. Today we are in beautiful Kotor, Montenegro. Off the boat first thing, and we're here in Kotor for the day to sort of check it out. We have some really fun things planned. First up, we're going to go on a little walking tour here in Kotor. It's free with guru walks, so I will put that tour down in the description box if you're interested in checking it out. We did another free walking tour when we were in Split, and it was so helpful to sort of just get some history of the area and get our bearings of the town first thing in the morning. And then later this afternoon, we have a fun speedboat tour. We're gonna go out on the water. I will also put that down in the description box if you're interested, which, pro tip, we're here on Virgin Voyages. And one thing that I've learned to do is go online to get your guide and find excursions to do in the port destinations. And we're just gonna wander around the old town a little bit. We have some time before our walking tour. We'll do a little shopping. And then we're gonna see what we get up to. The old town area is so cute. You can go hiking way up there to that monastery if you want to. I've heard the view is amazing. I didn't bring my hiking shoes anyway. I don't think my footwear is appropriate for that walk. We started off the morning just wandering the narrow streets of Kotor's old town. Everything seemed to be just waking up and getting ready for the day. At about 10 a.m., we wandered back to the outside of the sea gate to meet up with our free guru walk tour. Our tour guide was a local woman who really shared so many interesting facts and history about the city of Kotor that I would have never learned otherwise. I definitely recommend taking advantage of what Guru Walk has to offer. And while the tours are free, just make sure that you come with a cash donation to give your tour guide afterwards. If you do this tour, make sure that when you finish, you come back and you take a look inside of St. Tryphon's Cathedral. This is an iconic landmark here in Kotor and a true symbol of Kotor's rich history and resilience through the years. So nice and quiet when we first got into the city walls, and now it's so crowded with people. While the Bay of Kotor is not accessible to the bigger cruise ships, our Virgin Voyage and another smaller cruise ship was in port that day, so it definitely made the old town feel pretty crowded. So just be prepared if you are here on a port day.
Two more saints. On the right is Santa Clara, the main saint of the church. On the left side is Saint Francis, because this was a part of the Franciscan monastery in the past. Today we have a small monastery, this church, and a library.
Apparently this is like the second greatest fortified city after the one we were just at yesterday, which was Dubrovnik. A lot less intense of a walk on these walls than Dubrovnik was, but still beautiful views of these mountains. It really is so stunning here. Like every corner you turn around, it looks like something out of a little storybook or something. What was that?
Cannon fire.
Are we being invaded? One of the most charming things about Kotor, the cats. These furry locals are everywhere, lounging in sunlit squares, napping on ancient stone walls, and even starring on souvenirs. But they're more than just adorable. They're a part of Kotor's history.
Sailors once brought the cats to the bay to keep the ships rodent-free, and over time they became permanent residents. Today, the people of Kotor lovingly care for them, leaving out food and water and even running small donation-based cat shelters. So don't be surprised if a cat joins you on your walk. They run this town.
Oh my god, it's so tiny.
Kitty. Oops. Hi, little baby.
I know, right? They're so cute.
We wandered through the streets of Old Town in search of lunch and stumbled upon Pepe Nero in the heart of Kotor's Old Town. We got a table outside on the square and enjoyed incredible views of the historic buildings and bustling streets.
Wow, that's a macro.
Look at the little ladybug!
And it was the perfect place for some people watching while savoring some delicious Mediterranean flavors. Tuna, octopus, and local delicacies. It really felt like the perfect Kotor experience. But watch out for those locals. They might persuade you to share some of your lunch. After enjoying a delicious lunch, we headed over to the dock for our next adventure of the day, our speedboat tour of the Bay of Kotor.
Well, we finished our lunch in like the nick of time. Thought we had plenty of time. How long did we have? We sat down like
an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Not enough time for a European life.
Yeah, so maybe take that into account when you're here. If you have a place that you have to be, like a tour, give yourself plenty of time to eat because they're not in any hurry, and also maybe they're not staffed quite enough for the fact that I think there's 3 cruise ships here today. So it feels very crowded, but we're about to go on our little speedboat tour. We're gonna go out and see some stuff along the coast. This should be really nice. It's like partly cloudy, so it's not too hot.
This speedboat tour lasts a total of 3 hours, and it's a great way to see some of the Bay of Kotor if you happen to sleep through the early morning sail-in. You'll pass by the town of Perast, and then you'll arrive at your first destination, Our Lady of the Rocks.
This is like a man-made island out here in the bay that they've made over time. They just have been dropping rocks here for years and years, and then they eventually had enough land to build a church on. You can only get here by boat. It is a little bit of a speedboat ride from Kotor, so definitely worth doing a little tour to get out here because it's so picturesque.
Legend has it that in 1452, sailors discovered an icon of the Virgin Mary and saw it as a sign to add rocks to build up the island. Every year on July 22nd, locals actually bring more rocks out to the island to continue to build it up. Today, it's home to a beautiful little Baroque church in which you can see that original icon of the Virgin Mary that the sailors found. It's up on the altar, I believe. And make sure you check out the gorgeous frescoes on the ceiling and the walls.
Minutes. Jess, what are we gonna do in 20 minutes?
Film some stuff.
I'm just being weirdo. Weirdo Nate.
We go inside. I hope he can go out. Yeah, we will see. No problem.
Our second stop was an abandoned submarine tunnel, also known as the James Bond Tunnel. These were built to be invisible from the sea, and they once sheltered Yugoslav submarines from airstrikes during the Cold War, adding to Kotor's rich and fascinating history. Today they sit abandoned, but stepping inside them definitely feels like you're entering a real-life spy movie. On your way to your last stop, you'll cruise by Mamula Island, which is a circular island that houses a luxury resort, and then it's off to what I think is the most beautiful sight you're going to see while on this tour. The Blue Cave is definitely a sight to see, and it can only be reached by a boat. In this cave, the sunlight transforms the water into a glowing electric blue, and the best time to come here is midday so you get the full effect of the sunlight in the water.
water is so blue. It's so pretty. Like,
Definitely come with your swimwear on so that you can jump in and swim in the beautiful crystal clear turquoise waters.
back on the ship. It was such an incredible day in Kotor. I think we really took advantage of the short period of time that we had here. The little free walking tour really gave us so much history of the town, and then to get to have a little time in between and then go on the speedboat tour to get to see more of this area was, I think, the perfect way to spend a short day in Kotor. So I'm going to put a couple more suggestions of some fun things you can do while you're here.
If you're up for a challenge, hiking to the top of Kotor's fortress is a must. Climb over the 1,300 stone steps to reach San Giovanni Fortress, or if you want to take a more scenic and not quite so steep route, you can do the ladder of Kotor for a quieter, though more zigzaggy route. Either way, the views from the top are absolutely breathtaking. We didn't get to do this, but I definitely want to do it next time. For an easier way to take in the stunning views of Kotor, the cable car is a fantastic option, but note that I believe it's only open during the peak summer tourist season. It takes you up to the top of Mount Ramak, where there's so much more than just incredible views. First, you can indulge in a meal at Borza Kuk with stunning panoramas of the bay. I mean, seriously. For the thrill seekers, maybe try the Alpine roller coaster, which lets you zoom down the mountain while taking in the breathtaking landscape. Families can also enjoy the kids' playground, perfect for a break for the little ones. And don't miss the medieval adventures where you can learn more about the area's fascinating history. You can also try some archery, sword play, and explore the ancient crafts of medieval blacksmithing, milling, and printing. If you just want a nice, easy beach day, you can walk up to Kotor Beach, which seems like it's a pretty easy walking distance from the port of Kotor. It's not huge, but it has beautiful views, and it's just a chill beach that you could go relax at without too much work. If you're interested in checking out the town of Paros, which you can identify by this tall Venetian tower, you can do a tour kind of similar to the one that we did where you get to visit Our Lady of the Rocks, but instead of going to the Blue Cave and the submarine tunnel, you get to stop in Paros for a little bit and walk around. So I'll link that also in the description box. Get Your Guide has actually so many cool tours that you can do in Kotor and in the surrounding areas, depending on how much time you have. I will link some other great options down in the description box that maybe are a little bit more adventurous or more foodie focused.
If you haven't checked out our adventure in Dubrovnik, I'll put that right here so you can go there next. And if you're interested in our Virgin Voyages cruise, you can find that here. If you're not already subscribed, please subscribe for more travel and some fashion videos. Give this video a thumbs up if it helps you out. I'll see you guys on one of these, and if not, I'll see you on the next one. Bye.